I'm David. Yeah, that David, the one with the sling and the giant thing. Where do I even begin? Picture this, a scrawny kid, barely tall enough to see over the sheep he's watching. That was me, just your average shepherd boy with no idea of the adventure waiting around the corner.
Hey, Wooly, want to see my new sling trick?
Little did I know, my sheep entertaining skills were about to come in handy in a big way. And when I say big, I mean giant. But before we get to the giant part, let me paint you a picture of my daily life.
La la la, just a shepherd boy keeping my sheep from being some lion's toy.
Okay, so I wasn't exactly a lyrical genius, but I had other talents.
Steady, now!
Bullseye, or sheep's eye, I guess. Not that I was aiming at the sheep, that would be bad shepherding. I spent hours practicing, getting faster, more accurate. Little did I know how crucial these skills would become. Anyway, life was pretty simple. Wake up, tend the sheep, practice with my sling, repeat. Until one day, when everything changed. I had no idea what fate had in store for me, or how my simple shepherd's life was about to be turned upside down.
The Philistines have a champion, a giant named Goliath. He's challenging any Israelite to fight.
A giant? How giant are we talking?
He's over 9 feet tall.
That's a lot of feet.
Now, most people would run away from a giant. Me, I ran towards one. Call it bravery, call it stupidity. I call it Tuesday. So off I went to the king's camp, ready to volunteer.
You? Fight Goliath, but you're just a boy.
With all due respect, Your Majesty, I've taken down lions and bears. How different can a giant be?
Spoiler alert, very different, very, very different. The king tried to give me his armor, but...
I appreciate the thought, Your Majesty, but I think I'll stick with my own style.
And by style, I meant my trusty sling and 5 smooth stones. Fashion wasn't exactly my priority. As I walked into the valley to face Goliath, I could hear the whispers.
Poor kid, he doesn't stand a chance.
At least he's brave. Stupid, but brave.
And then I saw him, Goliath. Let me tell you, giant was an understatement.
They send a child to fight me? I will feed you to the birds.
Great, now I'm both terrified and hungry.
But then I remembered, it's not about size, it's about smarts, and maybe a little divine intervention.
You come at me with sword and spear, but I come at you in the name of the Lord.
I loaded my sling, started spinning it around.
Steady, just like practice.
And let it fly. What happened next was like something out of a Bible story.
I did it?
The Philistine army couldn't believe their eyes. Neither could I, to be honest.
Run, their God is with them.
And just like that, I went from shepherd boy to giant slayer. Talk about a career change.
David, my boy, you've saved us all!
I just did what anyone would do, Your Majesty. You know, if anyone else had been crazy enough to try...
The moral of the story, never underestimate the little guy or a well-aimed rock, but mostly the little guy thing. Oh, and always practice your hobbies. You never know when they might come in handy against a 9-foot tall warrior.